All right, we're checking out UVI Mosaiq that was released just recently. And actually, I'm doing this video for the second time, so hopefully this time I'm not going to screw up the video. Let's dive into this. I'm going to try and do this as quickly as I can and also give you lots of different sound examples. If you have any questions, of course, let me know in the comments. So first of all, you can load this sound bank in Falcon or in the free UVI workstation. And what exactly is Mosaiq? Well, it is a virtual instrument that can feature either instruments, playable instruments, mostly patterns based on chords. So you have a selection of chords or drum kits. And again, here you have different styles or different genres of drums and also different patterns. I'm going to show you that. And we also have some hybrid presets where you also have the drums and the instruments that you can play or the chords. All right, let's break it down. Let's see what we've got with Mosaiq. This is going to be lots of fun. First of all, if you go to the top here, you have the preset browser. But we can see something very interesting. We have sort of different packs. And I'm just guessing they will add more on top of this. So for each one, you'll get 3 types of presets. You'll have instruments. These are mostly playable chords or arpeggiated chords. And then we have drum kits and we have kits, which are a combination of instruments and drums. So we're going to check all of that. But let's go back to instruments, get the first one here just for fun and have a quick listen. And we can see straight away a few things that are interesting and will give us some hints of what's going on. We have key switches, keys that are mapped to these chords, and they are color-coded on the keyboard, and you'll see them from C2 onwards. So we have 8 of those, and you'll also see them in the bottom right here and on the left side right here. And you'll see the notes. Okay, so you will see the chords. We have A sharp minor and so on. And you'll have more information in the very bottom. You'll get the effects chains, which we'll talk about in a moment. And then we have the actual chords. This is very interesting. I'm going to show you that in a second. And then we have the key, and you can change the key to major, minor, and the octaves and so on. So I can click this, say, okay, let's go with C minor, and everything will change. So if you're looking for inspiration, you're not sure about chord progressions, this is absolutely amazing stuff. And what we have here, this is what I wanted to show you. If you click this drop down, you'll see that we have different types of chords progression. So right now we're on cinematics, but I can go with joyful. Let's go with the first one, and everything changes to match that kind of mood. So in this preset, for example, you can see that we are on nostalgia. I can change this to cinematic. Or maybe romantic. Perfect. And what you can do, by the way, is lock. So what we can just click this key and we can lock the chord and we can even lock the effect chains and now flick through the different presets. This is really a lot of fun, and I'm going to say that it's super easy once you get the idea to get inspired. And let's go and check some of the drums before we dive into more details. So for drums, everything is almost the same, but slightly different. And what we have, again, we have chords is custom because it doesn't mean anything. We have the key, which I'm not sure how it is really related, but it is in some way. And I'm going to show you that under the hood. And we also have the effect chain. This is mostly the things that you want to play with. So for example, this is on crunch. I can have something else. Okay, so now that we have like a basic idea of what's going on, let's go under the hood and see how everything is wired. And you see that we have the circles right here on the bottom. You can click any of those, or you can click the circles on the left side, the same. And what you're looking at is 5 slots for notes that makes up that particular chord or the drum patterns. And we'll look at drums in a second, but you see that this one is, it's B, F sharp 2, and so on. So let's have a listen. So they play together, but some of the presets will have motion in them, and we'll see that. So they might be sort of arpeggiated or sequenced and so on. Now, other things that you can do here, you can change the notes, right? So we have B1, F sharp 2, B2, and so on. I can definitely go for this one and change it to F sharp 2 again, but I can also change the underlying sample. So I'm going to click this, and we have a menu of samples. And these are all the same sample for this chord, but I can go and select like a pluck, or maybe a bell. Let's go with this one. So you can hear it. Right? And you can go wild, of course. You can change another one, go with vocal. By the way, you can drag and drop your own samples for the drums or for the chords. And I'm dragging like a crystal ball that I have. Right, this is the sound. I can tune it down. Or maybe a different kick. Right, you can use your own samples. You can create your own presets and your own chord progressions. This is really cool stuff. Now, in the edit page, you'll find more advanced controls over the sound. I'm not going into a lot of details. Let me know in the comments if you want me to cover this and show you how to use everything. But we have the global level, panning, we have a filter, we have envelopes both for the amp envelope and the filter envelope. We have modulations and EQ. So I'm not going there, but let me know. Anyway, by the way, if you like this video, if you like any other video, subscribe, leave comments, like the videos, let me know what you think, and that will be huge help for my channel and what I do, and really appreciate that. Let's continue. So this is a preset that uses the motion again. So what we're looking at is 3 different modes. So this is the note sequencer, but I'm going to click this and you'll see that we have arpeggiator, we have phraser, and we have the note sequencer, which is what we're looking at. So we have the notes, we have 5 notes. Potentially you can use up to 5 notes. And here in this preset, only 4 are used. You can turn them on, off, and you have 16 slots, and you have the speed, and you can just say which one of these is actually playing anything. So for each of the notes, so D1 is playing on these positions, and I can add more. And as you click and drag up, you'll see that you increase the velocity. you get the idea. And you can change the speed. You can do lots of stuff here. And you can even go with one shot. And it will stop after one round. And again, you can change on the bottom different things. It's the same as the front page. You have the effect chain, you have the chords, you have the key, and so on. So now let's see another preset that uses different modes. So now in the arpeggiator mode, we are arpeggiating the notes of that particular chord. And in this case, if I go to the sound page again, you'll see which notes we're talking about. So it's C sharp 2, G sharp 2, D sharp 3. Let's go back to motion. And this is the pattern of that arpeggiator. I can go and select one of those presets. Let's try something else. And the preset can take you from one mode to another, so don't get confused about this. Of course, we also have a phraser, so you can set the velocities for each step. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the drums. So here it's a little bit different. We don't have chords, we have different drum patterns. Sometimes you'll have the full drum loop on the first key switch, C2, and then you'll have subsets of that, and that will be, something you can use and in different parts of your arrangement, or maybe you can do this for yourself. You can have the first slot for the intro, the second one for verses, and then choruses, bridges, fills, endings, whatever. So you can use those instead of chords. Let's go inside and see how this is programmed. Okay, so again, let's break it down. First of all, we have 5 instruments that can play together or in sequence. So obviously, if we're creating drum patterns, we'll see that in the motion page right here. So I'm going to play. And you can see how the 5 notes or samples are being used to create that drum pattern. So I'm going to go back to sound. And here you'll see something weird. We're looking at semitones instead of notes. And this is due to the fact that we have this little icon pressed. This is the drum. So I can go back into notes, but it doesn't make sense in this case. So I'm going to go with the semitones. We have level, tone, panning, and the actual samples. You can replace or create your own kits. And, just go and find a different kick. Let's go with this one, double click. And so on. Now, if we go into the edit mode, that's the same. So you can design different sounds or do different things with the filter, for example, or the envelopes. And then again, motion will make more sense here in terms of creating the drum patterns in the note sequencer. And you have 5 notes again, or 5 samples you can sequence. So now let's check a few presets from each of those preset packs. And then again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys very soon in next videos. Thank you. Bye-bye. A chord on your keyboard, it will actually play several chords.